King of the Road Productions is proud to present the Icons and Upstarts special edition of the Jim King of the TV show, Southeast Texas Style. Join us for an action-packed half hour featuring country music legend John Conley, live in Southeast Texas.
You moved to Nashville in 1971 and took a radio job.
That's the only reason I moved there. I got a job at WLAC Radio there. Had that not happened, I would have ended up in some other market in radio, and music would have never become a career, no doubt.
You might have been a mortician.
I was a mortician, and I still am.
We'll also head to Port Arthur for a visit with Tina Bean, owner of 5 Star Feeds. A huge shout out to Tanner West and Texas Construction Resources for their incredible support. This episode also includes viewer favorites like the Honky Tonk Texas Fabulous Flashback. The premiere of Tori Rose's brand new music video is our Jackson Hole Park and Marina music clip of the week, straight from Nashville. And Dustin Sonnier taking center stage in the Royal Spotlight. King of the Road. Howdy, folks. You're tuned into the Jim King of the TV show, your go-to source for Southeast Texas entertainment. I'm Jim King of the Road, and this is the best little TV show in Texas. Looking for the perfect Mother's Day weekend plan? Head on down to the 40th Annual Texas Crab Festival, happening May 9th through the 11th at Swedes Park in Crystal Beach, Texas. This beloved Gulf Coast tradition features non-stop live music, arts and crafts, delicious seafood, and fun for the whole family. Enjoy events like the two-step dance contest, wiener dog races, crab gumbo cook-off, and a 5K fun run. Admission is $15 on Friday and Saturday and free on Sunday. For full scoop, visit texascrabfestival.org. When you're not out making memories, keep the party going with King's Country Internet Radio. Streaming 24/7 from Beaumont, Texas. We serve up a perfect mix of real country music, classic hits, and today's best with zero fluff. In less than 100 years, radio has come a long, long way. We've gone from this to this. Alexa, play King's Country on TuneIn.
King's Country from TuneIn.
And this. Now you can stream us everywhere. Listen anytime, anywhere on your computer, smart speaker, mobile device, or in your car via Bluetooth. Stream it worldwide on Live 365 or head straight to kingscountry.net. And don't miss the Jim King of the Radio show airing middays on King's Country. It's an award-winning fan favorite that keeps those good country vibes rolling strong. Now ride shotgun with me Cadillac style as we cruise off to a John Conley concert right here in Southeast Texas.
Extra large and turbocharged. It's the King of the Road show.
Oh, hi, to the time.
One man has the power to take you behind the scenes. Jim King of the Road.
Jim King of the Road. Cruising in my station wagon, trying to keep the muffler from dragging. Sometimes it all seems so defeating as I'm hustling to make it to the Cub Scout meeting. Ooh, I dream about Mexico, where all the pretty people go. But we're on a budget that just won't buy. Not much money, but a whole lot of love. Living that domestic life, happy children and a pretty wife. Our Cocker Spaniels always having puppies. How could anybody be so lucky? See me mowing my domestic yard. Lord, I owe my soul to MasterCard, but it seems to suit me to a T. That domestic life's all right with me.
John Conley, great to see you again.
Thank you. Good to see you.
It's kind of like deja vu all over again because we just had Johnny Lee on the show, and the last time I spoke with you was that same show that Johnny Lee was at. It was at the Cattle Barons Ball in 2009 here in Beaumont.
Right. That's a while back. Johnny and I work together a couple times a year. Our paths cross and we get together and on the same show, and it's always a blast, always fun.
That was then in Beaumont. This is now at Honky Tonk, Texas in Silsbee.
Yeah, because you came about the same time as Urban Cowboy became a big hit.
Exactly right. We all started about the same time.
Late 70s. You moved to Nashville in 1971 and took a radio job.
That's the only reason I moved there. I got a job at WLAC Radio there. Had that not happened, I would have ended up in some other market in radio, and music would have never become a career, no doubt.
You might have been a mortician.
I was a mortician, and I still am. Are you feeling okay?
Do you practice at all anymore?
I don't, but I do keep the license renewed. I renew it every year.
Yeah, so somebody dropped dead here tonight, you'd know how to handle it.
Well, we could take care of it till somebody official came along.
Yeah, so you went from that career, which is very stable because everybody's going to die, let's face it. Yes,
right.
And you went to two of the riskiest careers, radio and music.
I know, yeah. Both of them have their perils, but both are fun. I fell in love with radio and music at the same time when I was a kid. The guitar lesson on Saturday mornings only lasted a half hour, and I went across the street after the lesson, hung out at a local station at Lexington, Kentucky, near where I'm from, and fell in love with both things at the same time and have gotten to make a living at both.
On the backside of 30, the short side of time, back on the bottom with nowhere to climb. It's dawn Monday morning, and I just called in sick. I skipped work last Friday to drink this month's rent. And when my friends ask me, Lord, I tell them I'm fine. But my eyes tell a story that my lies can't hide. I'm on the backside of 30 and back on my own. An empty apartment don't feel like a home. On the backside of 30, the short side of time, back on the bottom with nowhere to climb. All about the backside of 30.
Coming up, we're rolling out Tori Rose's new video, our Jackson Hill Park and Marina music clip of the week, fresh from Nashville. Then take a nostalgic ride with the Honky Tonk, Texas fabulous Flashback. Then get ready for a powerhouse Royal Spotlight performance from Dustin Sonnier. But that's not all. Next, we'll cruise to Port Arthur to catch up with 5-Star Feeds owner Tina Bean.
You're cruising in the King's Caddy.
Get ready for the Mauriceville Crawfish Bash happening Friday and Saturday, May 2nd and 3rd. The fun kicks off Friday night, and Saturday is loaded with non-stop live music and all-you-can-eat crawfish and shrimp. Grab your Crawfish Feast tickets early for $45 or grab them at the gate for $50. Saturday's live music starts at noon and closes out with Dustin Sonnier and The Wanted lighting up the stage. Mark your calendar and join us in Mauriceville, Texas for a weekend you won't forget at the Mauriceville Crawfish Bash. Escape to Jackson Hill Park and Marina at Lake Sam Rayburn. Your lakeside paradise awaits. Enjoy premier boating, fishing, and picturesque views. Then unwind in our cozy cabins and savor delicious dishes at our on-site restaurant with full bar. Plus, join us for periodic special concert events where live music brings our community together under the stars. Create unforgettable memories at Jackson Hill Park and Marina. Visit us today and let your adventure begin. Don't miss the 40th annual Texas Crab Festival. Head to Crystal Beach, Texas this Mother's Day weekend, May 9th through the 11th, for 3 days of fun, food, and live entertainment. Saturday's highlight, the legendary Wiener Dog races. Enjoy non-stop live music all weekend long with a stacked lineup. Friday, Big Jordan Band, Three-Way Switch. Saturday, Wayne Toops and Zyda Cajun, Josh Weathers Music, Kings of Southern Rock, Caleb and April Band, Coastline, and the Girl Band. Sunday, Sandy G, La Matira Nortena, and Mariachi Emperadors. Dig into delicious seafood, sip your favorite drinks, and browse dozens of arts and crafts vendors. See you at the 40th Annual Texas Crab Festival, the ultimate Mother's Day weekend tradition. As promised, we're heading back to one of our valued sponsors, 5-Star Feeds. conveniently located at 580 Highway 365 in Port Arthur, Texas. Locally owned by Tina Bean, 5 Star Feeds is more than just a feed store. It's a warm, welcoming place for both people and pets alike. With a friendly, neighborly vibe and a wide variety of supplies, it's clear why so many make it their go-to stop for all things feed and more.
Plants, and more plants. We got a lot outside ready to get in the ground, and then I've got a bunch of seed in now, so if you want to do a garden, now's the time to get it started. For your yard, definitely you want to put weed and feed out now before the weeds really get a good hold in your yard and get really rooted. We've got one by Nitrophos that works great in yards with St. Augustine grass. You just put it out, water it in, and it'll take care of your weeds and also make your grass grow. So it does everything for you at one time.
Take a stroll through 5 Star Feeds and you'll be pleasantly surprised by the wide variety of products. They offer so much more than just feed. And if you don't find exactly what you're looking for, just ask Tina. She's always happy to help or point you in the right direction with that signature friendly service 5 Star Feeds is known for. This locally owned Southeast Texas gym is built on hospitality and heart. And in case you're wondering, here's what inspired Tina to expand her impressive selection of merchandise.
And I just listened to my customers' wants and needs and just started bringing things in to the point that I had to build a bigger store. So, and I still to this day listen to my customers and try to get things in that they're wanting or needing that, they're having a hard time finding. So, and like I said, if I don't have it, I can do my best to get it, and I can get it pretty quick and try to accommodate them so that they can basically come here and be a one-stop shop. That's my goal anyway.
As I mentioned earlier, there's quite a few beloved animals that call 5 Star Feeds home. And recently, Tina expanded even further by adding pet birds to the mix. It's just another way she's made the store a fun, welcoming place for animal lovers of all kinds.
That started as a little hobby, just playing around, and I hand-fed a few birds, and I sold them pretty quick, super tame. I mean, they love people, and it just built from there to where I'm at now. A lot of people will buy birds, but they want to get them from me because I hand feed, and when they're weaned, they love people. So they're ready for a new home and to bond with their person.
She even began offering macaw birds for sale until she fell in love with one of them and decided to keep him for herself. It's just another example of the big heart behind everything Tina does at 5 Star Feeds.
Homer, he's my green wing macaw. He bonded with me real quick, and I named him, and that was it. But yeah, he's 9 months old. He's already talking. He barks like my dogs, like I need another barking dog. But yeah, he's a lot of fun, and he's a mess. He's got me right here.
One of the things Tina loves most about running her own business is bringing her pack of pooches to work each day. Among them is her world-famous dog, Honky, who has become a beloved fixture at 5 Star Feeds. Tina always looks forward to seeing her loyal customers, both two-legged and four-legged, who stop by to say hello.
Appreciate all my loyal customers and enjoy visiting and chatting with everybody. I've made a lot of good friends through the years, just people coming in my store, and so yeah, friends outside the store. I've made a lot of friends outside the store.
Since Tina Bean started 5 Star Feeds in Port Arthur over 24 years ago, it's always been a friendly neighborhood store, kind of like the general store of the good old days.
I think so. I try to be like it used to be. When I was young, going to feed stores and everything, it's, when people come in here, I want them to feel like they're walking into my house, where they feel welcome. So we try to keep it like that.
5 Star Feeds in Port Arthur, Texas.
King of the Road.
Here comes this week's Honky Tonk, Texas fabulous flashback.
And you worked with the possum, George Jones, didn't you? Didn't you do a duet with George Jones?
Yeah, he sang on one of my records. We were really good friends. We worked the road together. Yeah. We were just good buddies for, 30 years.
Did you know him during the wild years?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I don't drink anymore, but I've been drunk with George plenty of times before. When we were both drinking, man, we would have fun. They told us we were having fun. I don't know if we really were or not.
I'm reading his biography right now. I don't know if you're in there, but I'll tell you if I come across a chapter with you in there.
Well, maybe he's mentioned my name. I don't know. It might be good if he doesn't.
Thanks for your time.
Y'all, you're welcome, buddy. Anytime.
Looking forward to the show.
Congratulations. Keep up the good work.
Thanks, man.
King of the Road.
That was this week's Honky Tonk, Texas Fabulous Flashback.
The Texas honky tonk. There's no place like home.
Since 2008, Honky Tonk Texas and Silsbee, Texas has featured a steady stream of the very best in local, regional, and national touring bands. Pack up your posse and boot scoot over to Honky Tonk, Texas for great concerts, dancing, drinking, and dining. Of course, steak night is every Thursday, and don't forget about the Honky Tonk Grill. Visit them online at facebook.com/honkytonktx and at honkytonktexas.us. Honky Tonk Texas and Silsbee has been entertaining Southeast Texas since 2008. Where have you been? Since Tina Bean started 5-Star Feeds in Port Arthur over 24 years ago, it's always been a friendly neighborhood store, kind of like the general store of the good old days.
I think so. I try to be like it used to be. When I was young, going to feed stores and everything, it's, when people come in here, I want them to feel like they're walking into my house, where they feel welcome. So we try to keep it like that.
5-Star Feeds in Port Arthur, Texas.
'Cause if drinking was a sport, boy, you ain't coming first. You always need a beer or anything to quench your thirst. Now I don't know if this is gonna work. If drinking was a sport, boy, you would coming first.
King of the Road. Howdy, folks. Jim King of the TV and radio here. I've got a special guest today. It's Tori Rose. She's from Pennsylvania. She's a northerner, but she's branching out into country, and she's actually in Nashville now, following her dream. She's got this great new song called If Drinking Was a Sport. I just love the title. And I think this is from your own life experiences.
Yes, it is, it's a very funny story how this song came about. I wrote this one because I used to date someone who just loved to drink, and he thought one of my other songs was about him, and he said some not so nice things about me because of that. And so I was like, well, if you really want a song about you, then I'll write one. And then this is how this song came about.
So did that encourage him to go get help for his drinking?
I doubt it. I honestly doubt it.
Okay. Well, it is kind of a sport with young people, I think, because it was in my case. Not necessarily means you're an alcoholic or anything. It just means you're enjoying your youth and doing what young people do.
Yeah.
It's a fun video, and it's so cool that you wrote that. And your producer is fascinating to me because, he's got local connections here, Jimmy Ritchie. He worked with Mark Chestnut and Clay Walker, and they're from right here in Southeast Texas.
Yes,
you know that?
I know he's mentioned Mark Chestnut to me, but I love Jimmy. I'm actually going over to his place later to record some more music today.
Well, you got the fun part covered with this song because it's definitely fun to watch. It looks like it was actually filmed in a bar somewhere in Nashville.
Yes, we filmed it at a bar here in Nashville. It was called The Underdog, and it's a little dive bar up here. And it was definitely a very fun video to film.
Who plays your ex in the video? Is that an actor?
Yes, his name is Axel, and this is so bad of me, but I don't know how to pronounce his last name. But his name is Axel, and he played the part so well. Like, I just remember sitting off camera and I just could not stop laughing because he was playing the drunk part so well.
Here comes Brownlee Entertainment recording artist Tori Rose with If Drinking Was a Sport as our Jackson Hill Park and Marina music clip of the week straight from Nashville.
Never knew you had priorities. Never knew you could
Escape to Jackson Hill Park and Marina at Lake Sam Rayburn. Your lakeside paradise awaits. Enjoy premier boating, fishing, and picturesque views. Then unwind in our cozy cabins and savor delicious dishes at our on-site restaurant with full bar. Plus, join us for periodic special concert events where live music brings our community together under the stars. Create unforgettable memories at Jackson Hill Park and Marina. Visit us today and let your adventure begin. Up next, Dustin Sonnier takes center stage in the Royal Spotlight.
King of the road.
Working hard from the sun up to the sundown. They can build it tall, they can tear it on down. They got the know-how, if you got the money.
At Texas Construction Resources, our main line of work, residential house pads and ponds, crushed concrete laydown yards, demolition work, land clearing, and anything that we can push as far as dirt, site prep, that's going to be our main focus.
The hands of a working man built this town. Clear this timber and plow this ground.
Don't miss the 40th annual Texas Crab Festival. Head to Crystal Beach, Texas this Mother's Day weekend, May 9th through the 11th, for 3 days of fun, food, and live entertainment. Saturday's highlight, the legendary Wiener Dog races. Enjoy non-stop live music all weekend long with a stacked lineup. Friday, Big Jordan Band, Three-Way Switch. Saturday, Wayne Toops and Zyda Cajun, Josh Weathers Music, Kings of Southern Rock, Caleb and April Band, Coastline, and the Girl Band. Sunday, Sandy G, La Matira Nortena, and Mariachi Emperadors. Dig into delicious seafood, sip your favorite drinks, and browse dozens of arts and crafts vendors. See you at the 40th Annual Texas Crab Festival, the ultimate Mother's Day weekend tradition.
Body, look at that charm. What's she doing in here alone tonight on nobody's arm? Think I've got a shot. Wanna buy her a drink, something sweet or something strong, man. What do you think? Had no idea when I pointed at the label, it was already over. He walked up to her table, 'cause whiskey makes her miss me. Well, she can't get enough. Every sip, every shot, every drink's a reminder. Our love is a memory she can't leave behind her. So order up another. You know I guarantee she'll be leaving here alone tonight, 'cause whiskey makes her miss me. Now it's easy to see she's drowning her pain. What I did or didn't do is the reason she came. A woman like that catch any man's eye. She's sitting there all alone, so why not give him a try? They'll buy her a drink, she'll entertain him. She's heard it before, she ain't new to the game. Whiskey makes her miss me. She can't get enough. Every sip, every shot, every drink's a reminder. Our love is a memory she can't leave behind her. So order up another. You know I guarantee she'll be leaving here alone tonight, 'cause whiskey makes her miss me. Oh yeah. Every sip, every shot, every drink's a reminder. Our love is a memory she can't leave behind her, so order up another. You know I guarantee she'll be leaving here alone tonight, 'cause whiskey makes her miss me. Oh yeah, whiskey makes her miss me.
Advertising on the King of the Road Show HD is effective and affordable. For more information, call us at 748-9689 or email Jim at jimkingoftheroad.com.